Gather round, travellers, and let me tell you a tale of the fell winter, a time of frost and famine that gripped Middle-earth in its icy embrace long ago. It is a story of resilience, of hardship endured, and of a shadow that crept over the lands, testing the hearts and wills of all who lived there. In the year 2911 of the Third Age, beginning in November, the winds turned bitter, and a cruel winter descended upon the north, a harbinger of the trials to come. It began innocuously enough, as winters often do. The first snow fell early, blanketing the lands of Eriador and the Shire with a deceptive softness. Farmers shrugged and tended their hearths, confident that spring would return as it always had. But as the days stretched into weeks and the frost deepened, unease spread like the creeping cold itself. The rivers froze, their waters locked in glacial silence, and the green fields of the Shire were buried under relentless snowfalls. The fell winter was less harsh than the earlier long winter, but it brought its own unique challenges. Snow and ice stopped in Eriador at the Gwathlo River and in Rhovanion in the middle of Mirkwood. Yet the trials it posed were no less daunting. Food stores dwindled faster than expected, and the Hobbits of the Shire faced attacks from wolves and even Orcs, who crossed the frozen Brandywine River to raid their lands. While the Shire struggled, the Northlands faced a far graver threat. The harsh conditions drove wolves southward, and soon packs of the fearsome creatures roamed the lands of Eriador. These were not ordinary wolves, but wargs, their eyes gleaming with malice and hunger. Villages were attacked under the cover of night, their inhabitants scattered or devoured. Men, dwarves, and elves alike bolstered their defenses, for the wolves knew no mercy. Among these creatures was a greater menace still. It was said that a monstrous white wolf led the packs, a creature born of the harsh winter itself. The elves of Rivendell whispered of it as Draugluin's spawn, though no confirmation of its lineage ever reached the histories. To the folk who suffered under its relentless raids, it mattered little. This beast, known only as the White Wolf, struck fear into even the bravest hearts, its howls heralding doom in the long nights. In the face of these trials, the free peoples of Middle-earth displayed a resilience that would echo through the ages. The Hobbits, despite their fear and hunger, did what Hobbits do best: they endured. Families huddled together in their smiles, sharing what little they had and finding solace in their unity. Tales were told by firelight, songs of old sung to keep spirits alive. The legendary took clan-organized patrols, braving the snow to protect their kin from the prowling wolves and orcs. Further east, in Bree, the big folk and hobbits alike fortified their village. The prancing pony became a beacon of hope, its fires never extinguished as it welcomed the weary and the displaced. Bands of rangers, led by their chieftain Arador, ventured forth to combat the warg packs. These Dunedain, grim and steadfast, carried the weight of their ancestors as they defended the lands from darkness. Gandalf the Grey played a vital role during this time, walking the frozen paths of Eriador. His long staff left tracks in the snow, and his words of counsel brought courage to those who listened. Moreover, Gandalf and the Rangers of the North provided food for the hobbits to prevent them from dying of hunger, a testament to their unyielding commitment to protecting the Shire. And yet, the most devastating chapter of the fell winter came not from the snow or the wolves, but from the breaking of the frozen rivers. When the thaw finally came in March of 2912, it brought with it a cataclysmic flood. The river Baranduin, known as the Brandywine to the hobbits, swelled beyond its banks, its icy wrath consuming all in its path. The city of Tharbad was ruined, its bridge broken, and the people of Enedwaith suffered greatly as their lands were inundated with floodwaters. Many of the Brandybucks were forced to flee, their homes swept away in the torrents. The Shire, though battered, endured, but the scars of the flood remained for years to come. Further north, the devastation was even greater. Villages that had barely survived the winter were destroyed by the floods, and the survivors faced the Herculean task of rebuilding their lives. It was a cruel twist of fate that after enduring the fell winter, the lands would be tested anew by the waters. When spring finally arrived, it was greeted with joy and exhaustion. The snow melted, the wolves retreated to their northern dens, and life began to stir once more. But the memories of the fell winter lingered. In the Shire, the stories of that dark season became cautionary tales, a reminder of the importance of preparation and the strength of community. Among the Dunedain, it became another chapter in their long history of vigilance against the encroaching shadows. Even as the years passed, the lessons of the fell winter were not forgotten. The resilience of the free peoples, their unity in the face of hardship, and their refusal to surrender to despair stood as a testament to their enduring spirit. And though the white wolf and its kind had vanished into the annals of history, their howls still echoed in the songs and stories of Middle-earth. So, as you sit by your hearth tonight, warm and safe, spare a thought for those who braved the fell winter. For it is in such tales of struggle and triumph that we find the heart of Middle-earth, a land where even in the darkest times, the light of hope endures.